Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and will rest therein. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, just in the backyard, just reminiscing on everything, and the Spirit came to me so sweet, so delicate, regarding the jab. People do not and will not, and no, there's not even a reason for me to even look for righteous to fall in the eyes of many or in the hearts of many. I sit back and realize that this jab is set on a timeline. Everything is on a timeline. Only thing I like about the timeline is orchestrated by the Most High Yah. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Everything is still orchestrated by the Most High Yah. But as I sat here, it said to me, Deborah, for it is all on a timeline. And what he began to show me is, it was a statement online saying that the 4 million children will be jabbed up by December. If that's not a timeline, I don't know what is. It is a timeline that is set in their hope to see to it that 1 million of children has received the jab. What's so sad about it is how all the adults and the parents and the leaders of the households and the leaders of society in your community, in your neighborhood, how they all are on one accord with it. So my question was to the Father, how is it that thou have allowed such an organized system? He said these things need be according to what has been prophesied, Deborah, before the foundation of the world. So what is it Sister Deborah had to do? She had to salute the will of the Father and honor his will. He's thinking if he give me a leaf, he's gonna get a treat. Because he was supposed to have been bringing me the ball, and he would bring the ball, but he would lay it down by me, near me, but I wanted him to hand me the ball. See, back in the days, that's how they would do, the dogs. But now, you know, he wanted to, that's maybe how they taught him to bring the ball back, but lay it, you know, near you, but not to you, in your hand or on the side of you. So, he brings me a leaf. And I guess he felt if I can bring her this leaf, maybe she'll give me another treat. That's cute. But I will say this here. The Most High is no longer on a timeline. He's on a predestined that day type of system. He's on that which one has to see in the spiritual realm. He's not on man's timeline, but he have set the timeline from the beginning to the end. And that's what I love about him, how he is so in control of everything and all things, to the point where everything is still going according to his will. Meaning it's nothing on the side curve or coming another way. Everything still is coming and being orchestrated still to fulfill his will. So I like that. But where he bring things to me is like in this day. in that day, in this day, or in that day. Not so much as a timeline, but what he was showing me today is that the jab is set, that the wicked ones have set their jab on a timeline. They based and measure if they have gotten as many as they possibly can by the end of this year. Why? Because they know they finna do something come the winter. Okay, all they have to do is put out a sound, and the world will be lost. The world will be totally gone. And I don't mean gone as far as what I mean, vanish as far as their mind and their heart will be gone. I mean, they will be out there. A lot of people are looking for a certain thing to happen in this season or in this winter. Things are going to happen, but it's not going to be the way the world and the media is setting up for us to understand. See, a lot of us are looking for things to happen according to the way the man has orchestrated and has designed it. But see, I love my Father in heaven, who's the creator of all things. He said, Deborah, look for that which is not seen but unseen. So therefore, when I see how man is manipulating people through the four corners of the earth using the media as the beast's right hand, I look beyond that and I see something totally different than what most people are beholding and looking for. You see? So therefore, I say unto you all that it is different. It is different. It is totally different from what... Look at this dog. He's not barking at all. Wonderful. That's great. That's great. That is... Now, I like that. I like that. Because a dog is to bark when it's necessary. You see? This other dog is not crossing his territory, or coming up on his territory. So he's figuring, okay, why should I bark? For what? Because you passing by? That's a good thing. But what I was saying, a dog across, his walk is barking at him. But I like how he stood still. That lets me know that I can work with him, because I went to take him for a walk and I don't like him to pull. I want to be in full control where you walk beside me and with me, not pulling against me. But that's what we do. A lot of us do against Yah. We pull against him. We've been doing that for thousands of years. And look what he did. He come to stand near. Okay? But we don't, as people, see life that was given to us through the breath and through the spirit, which is a light that he has given us. We see it as something darkness and everything behind it. But one thing I was talking about is this jab that they're out is set on a time. So I began to say, a time? He said, yeah. When you read that they was going to they want to at least have 4 million people, children, not children, it says children, feed by December. That's because they feel that once they reach this certain number, they can cut the switch on. And the world will be like reset in a way that man's intelligence, man's mind in his heart would never be able to see what's coming. And that's because when people don't have an ear, which is a spiritual ear of the Holy Spirit, to hear what thus said the Most High through his prophets and his prophetess, or have an ear to hear what thus said the Most High to them in their spirit, man, and they're still receiving things in their flesh and calling it spirit and truth. They're still receiving things in their flesh, leading them into nothing that is spirit and truth, but into darkness. The darkness rests between their wisdom of their flesh, their knowledge of their flesh, and their understanding of their flesh. And that's where they're stuck at, is right there. They can't get beyond. But it's all okay, because we are still yet walking and moving in the same direction according to my Father's will. And guess what? All shall be done. But what I was saying about the things that is unseen. See, many are looking for what is going to take place that is seen based on the four corners, the media, the beast stuck his right hand and feeding us through the media. And when they feed us through the media, they're telling us how to think, feel, and to look for what they have created and what they have orchestrated. And the Most High is dealing with me on Deborah. When you see them say 4 million children will be jabbed by December, and that's because the people are seeing darkness. They can only see in the dark. They cannot see in the light, meaning they can see what they can believe. They can hear what they can hear out of their natural ears. He said they desire not which is unseen, because the unseen gonna tell the truth about what you're seeing. Let me say that again. The unseen is going to reveal truth regarding the unseen. Because the unseen is what you see on the media, what you see on the four corners of the world, your news, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Patriots, and all these other, Twitter, all these other platforms that's feeding you a lie. And you would rather believe the lie that is seen by your naked fleshly eyes. You would rather believe a lie that is heard by your naked ear, your fleshly ears. And you would understand it by what? What your flesh receives from the beast media. And then you're lost out there, because then you don't have no understanding. And Yah said, in all you're getting, get understanding in that which you cannot see, but yet you must believe. Because I'm coming in the form that the media will not be able to alternate. The media will not be able to put on your news, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Patriot, and all these other platforms. So therefore, the power in Yah goes way beyond anything that anybody on this earth can orchestrate. Because only thing they orchestrating is the flesh of your mind, the flesh of your ears, the flesh of your understanding, the flesh of your knowledge, the flesh of your wisdom. And you have nothing resting in you that is spirit and that is truth. That's why many can teach and reveal and give good sermons, give good lessons, give good Bible verses, and break stuff down based on what they can see and believe. Come to Deborah with what you cannot see, which is spirit and which is truth. And that will reveal what is seen. It will show up and show out toward what is seen. So that leads me back to what he was saying to me last week. They yearn for what they can see and talk about. They yearn for what they can hear and talk about. They yearn for what is in the flesh understanding. But they want no part of that which is unseen, that I have warned them to too many times, to believe in that which is unseen versus that which is seen. Because the seen plays tricks on the fleshly eyes, the fleshly ears. But the unseen can't play tricks on no part of that. It comes from the inner man and pull out so you can see it on the outer man. But you can't see it if you don't understand it in the inner part. And it's sad. Let me show you him again. He's sitting here being a good puppy. Okay. But going back to what I was saying, I was sitting here and I saw that clip on that website, the news website, that 4 million children by December should be jabbed. And that means 4 million parents has already been jabbed. That's not including other seniors and everybody else that's not parents that have been jabbed. On this news here in this state of Missouri, they show a lot of our people, elderlies and middle-aged people, talking about how those that are not V'd or unV'd are causing issues. So what the plan is, because you all cannot see in the spiritual realm, but I'm going to throw out a couple of nuggets, which is unseen. The first biggest war that should start next year shall be the jab versus the unjab. The jab versus the unjab. Even though they have reached the highest death through a lie. Let me say that again. They have reached the highest death through a lie. Why was their lie manifested so strong for many to believe, that caused many to run out to play partaker in it? It's because they use the four corners of the world, which is the beast's right hand, media. The beast's right hand is the media. The newsroom, NBC, CBS, U.S. America, all these CNN, all these four corners, not just here in the United States, but around the world, does the beast hold the media. Why? Because that's his right hand. That's how he's going to get everything done in order. Okay? When they say that they're going to do something like this, it's because they're sending a message to lie to people that is so many we want, to the point where we're going to say this many of children is going to be beat. But what a lot of people, 99.1 trillion, does not understand around the world is this. The number in which they are giving us is a lie from the pit of hell. That number alone will cause the multitude to flock to receive the jab. And that's what's happening. And that's what's going to happen. Once they get the beginning of the year, once they get the V against the un-V, then they switch the switch. It's on, y'all. Because what they're trying to do is get what he says in Matthew 24. Nation against nation. That means fighting with one another within the nation that you are in. Okay? And they're going to do that. So a lot of people saying, save food, save this, get your guns, get your... When you finish, if you ain't got my most high YAHWEH, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, in that order, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, you have YAHWEH spirit living in you. Let me tell you something. Even they too shall perish. For his name's sake, rest therein, shall they perish. So what makes you think for 1 minute that what they are preparing is not going to affect you because you out in the woods? You out in no man's land. No! The Most High is sending a message to you right here and today by the prophetess in the wilderness. He said, if you don't believe who he have sent, keep believing the beast. The beast was charged to keep the light on. And the light in which the beast have kept on, he lets you see all different movies that led you up to where we're at today. Where we're at today is following the will of the Father before the foundation of the world. But what the beast did, he did exactly what y'all ordered him to do. Leave the light on. Meaning leave them something that they may see straight through you. Ain't that a blessing? Tell me my Father in the heavens. Tell me my Father and who I serve don't rule. He charged the beast to leave the light on so that heathens won't be fooled by what is before them. They left the light on because they gave up.